What is up, besties? It's your girl, the Karmic DF, back to you again with another video. And this time, you guys always spam me about it, so I figured that we'll do it, but I'm going to add into it. So today we are going to do an updated reading on Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater's relationship. We'll just let spirit take over, see what we need to know. If anything to do with Wicked comes out, we'll allow it. But I'm just going to look at their relationship dynamic. But we are also going to cover what was Lilly Jay's motivation behind why she released that statement. She made a very, heart-wrenching letter about, her ex-husband's greatest moments being the same time that it was heartbreak for her. And I know people want to know why she decided to speak out. We all know that she got NDA'd and Ari's ex-husband got NDA'd. So what was her motivation behind it? Was she trying to stir the pot? Was she really heartbroken? Was she trying to explain herself? I want to know too. So we're going to find out today. As always, these are alleged and for entertainment purposes only, besties. There are what? Correct. There are zero facts here. Just floating hands on the internet, talking to the dead with a deck of cards. I mean, how could she possibly know? So as always, you can find me on Facebook, TikTok, if they don't get banned, Instagram, especially Instagram. I don't really like Facebook as much these days. And if you want to book a private reading with me, thekarmicdf.com. Those that are still waiting on their readings, I'll probably be reaching out to you this week. I've finally be able to catch up because your girl made some life changes and it's starting to help me out. So those that are on the waiting list, I'm going to be emailing you guys probably in like a couple of weeks. So keep an eye out on your email. Keep an eye out in your spam folder. And I'll be doing like groups of 10 so I don't overwhelm myself. So bear with me. I'm only one person and you only didn't get an email back from me because then it would get more confusing. So you'll be hearing from me when your name is up on the list. So if you want to be added to the wait list, just send me an email with the subject line wait list. And yeah, so like I said, today we are going to dive into an update, see how Ariana and Ethan are doing, especially once that came out, right? Because I'm sure they were shaking in their boots because the hate for them just kind of came out. It was like Wicked came and then at the exact same time Lily's letter came and they got like 5 minutes of being able to enjoy it. And then it almost felt like they went right back into hiding, which, you did what you did. So when you fuck up, you got to live the repercussions of your fuck up, Just saying. Just my opinion here. So before we get into this reading, I am so happy to announce that if you suffer from anxiety disorder, panic attacks, mental health issues, I have once again teamed up with comfrt.com. They are known for their heavyweight material, sweatsuits, sweatshirts, sweatpants. They even have weighted blankets and bestie. Of course, I got a discount for y'all. So let me tell y'all a little bit about them while I put up a little slideshow. So they actually, one of the things I love the most about them is they donate to 4 different mental health charities. Active Minds is one of them. JED, which helps with the youth specifically to help them prevent suicide, trigger warning, I guess, and help the youth with their mental health. They also work with ADAA, which is Anxiety and Depression Association of America. They also donate to National Alliance on Mental Illness. They are quality business. We got to stop feeding into corporate conglomerates and donate. They donate, so let's help them do that by getting quality material. So comfrt was founded back in 2022. They're brand freaking new, y'all. And they decided their mission statement was to blend fashion with function while simultaneously supporting mental health initiatives. So like I said, 4 different places. They're constantly giving back to the community. They prioritize soft and calming fabrics, which I can attest to. This is the softest hoodie I've ever had. I am now on my 2nd comfrt hoodie. I am literally obsessed, y'all. And their mission is to provide a sense of ease and comfort using heavyweight materials, mimicking weighted blankets, and they also sell weighted blankets. And if you have dogs, they even have outfits for dogs as well. So they have given my besties 15% off, and they always have sales. And you know how like some businesses will have sales, but then you put in the discount code and then they take away the sale. No, not them. You get the sale and you get the discount code. I cannot recommend this company enough. I am obsessed. I am literally wearing my hoodie right now and my black sweatpants. I am obsessed. So I really hope you check them out. They are so worth it. Also treat yourself, because like I know a lot of people are single right now and they're working on themselves, so we can't be stealing boyfriend hoodies. We might as well buy our own, bestie. So as always, like I said, going back to the reading, this is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. I want to see what's going on, what's the tea, and without further ado, besties, you know how it goes. Let's get into it. All right, besties, so we are going to be taking a look at Lilly Jay's motivation behind the letter. How is she feeling? How is she feeling? And doing an update on Ethan and Ariana's relationship now that Wicked's out and all of that stuff. So before I get into that, I have to do a viewer shout out. One of my wonderful subscribers sent me this gorgeous oracle deck for love and career, which I plan on using in client readings. And just check this out real quick, y'all. Like, look at how pretty the imagery alone is. Like, it's just solid. Like, I love this deck so much. And always, 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 you guys know my favorite part of the gift of Amazon is the note. Enjoy your gift, sending love and light. Thank you for all your amazing energy you spend in your readings, from Rebecca. So thank you so much, Rebecca. I truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I love you guys so much. You have no idea, especially wintertime. If you're living in that area where, you know, seasonal affective disorder is, you know, it's shitty when you can't get outside all the time, and it definitely is taking a toll on me on some days. So I really appreciate how thoughtful you guys have been. Also, someone left me a comment, and I can't find it, that basically said like they wanted to send me something for Valentine's Day. So I threw like little chocolate Valentine's Day things and like nut baskets on my Amazon wish list. Do not feel obligated by any means, but if you were the one who said that, or if you want to do that for me for Valentine's Day, again, don't feel obligated, but it is there. So again, thank you so much, Rebecca. I truly appreciate it. This is such a beautiful deck. I can't wait to incorporate it with my client readings. But without further ado, we are going to take a look and see what was the motivation for Lilly Jay to put out that letter. If you live under a box, or I think I'm under a rock, not a box. I guess a box too if you want to. Lilly Jay is a psychologist, and she kind of wrote this like heart-wrenching letter, basically describing that, you know, what should have been the best time of her life is now always going to be the worst time of hers, while Ethan and Ariana enjoy, you know, their Wicked debut and all of that. So people want to know, you know, what was the motivation? Is she really heartbroken? Was it to, you know, stomp out their fire? We don't know. So this is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. There are zero facts here. I'm going to try to remain neutral. So if you are a huge Ariana fan, I probably won't say everything you want to hear. If you think Lilly Jay is an angel and some petty shit comes out, I may not say what you want to hear. So understand that a lot of people, 99% of people, none of us are just good or just bad. We all fuck up. We all manage to be in the gray area. So let's understand that people are people, and we got to stop putting on pedestals. Otherwise, we wouldn't be where we are today. But thank God for Eat the Rich, allegedly and for entertainment purposes only. So as always, thank you to everybody that sits through 30 seconds of ads. It's a free and easy way to support my page. And if you're new here, bestie, don't forget to subscribe. You do not want to miss out. Missed out, girl. I cannot talk today. I have a whole playlist dedicated just to Ariana Grande. That's how many times we covered her. I have a playlist for freaking Taylor Swift, a playlist for Justin, a playlist for Selena, and playlists for days. So maybe you haven't seen something that you would want to see. So don't forget to check out all the playlists. And as always, do not forget to check out the community polls, because I ask you guys what you want to see, because your voice matters. So without further ado, what I want to look into, what was her motivation? How is she feeling? And then we're going to do an update on Ari and Ethan's relationship after the letter. As always, I shuffle off camera to save time, but I'll shuffle one more time so you guys know I don't pick the cards. Also, don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok if they don't ban it. I might have already said that, y'all. I have a little bit of brain fog, so bear with me here. All right, let's find out. What was Lilly Jay's motivation? I didn't feel called to draw the Millennial Tarot deck, which is usually when it's the pettiest of all. So, and I also felt the need to tell you guys that people live in the gray area. So I think that's probably what we're going to see. So all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. Zero facts here. Let me know if you guys enjoy this. Let me know in the comments down below what you want to see in future videos. Y'all know how it goes. And let's get into it. Okay. 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 All right. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, that's why I was this is why I felt a PSA. Part of the motivation, obviously I only pulled 3 cards. We're going to get into this. Part of the motivation, I'm being drawn to the NDA, right? We all know that allegedly, no facts here, although I think it might actually be out already, that Lilly Jay allegedly and Dalton both had to sign NDAs. This is like I still have anger. I'm still passionate about this. And this feels like Ariana, and it's like you get to feel like you're living your dream. Not if I have something to say about it. So there is a little bit of pettiness, but hey, like, yeah, because I'm hearing that song, don't mess with my man, I'm going to be the one to break it to you. This is reminding me a lot of the saying, like, I don't need to worry about karma, I'm going to be your karma. I think that, listen, I'm someone who knows a lot about psychology. If I wanted to, I could use that to manipulate and persuade a narrative. Am I saying that Lilly Jay hasn't had her heart broken? Of course not, right? Again, gray area here. But this feels like literally Ariana, like, yeah, I'm hearing the song, she got the whole world in her hands. And this feels like Lilly Jay. And it's like my ability to be a businesswoman. Now I'm being forced into a path that I didn't choose for myself. And I'm hearing the song, and that's not fair. So it's like, she's angry. And rightly so, right? She's pissed. It's like, Ariana is just strutting around with my baby daddy, living her best life. And people need to know that she fucked up a family, allegedly. That's how Lilly feels. And honestly, you can't really blame her for that. This always reminds me of the Snow White and the Apple. I think, you know what I'm hearing, and we've heard this in a lot of Ari readings, not a girl's girl. I feel like they might have had a conversation before anything went down where it was like, you don't have anything to worry about. Like, oh, I love Ethan. Like, this is giving me the type where it's like they shook hands, they had niceties while they were on the set filming. And it's like, you had me believing that you were a girl's girl and you weren't a girl's girl. I almost wonder if this is like part of the NDA. If you guys want me to do a reading on what was in the NDAs for those two, for Lilly and Dalton, allegedly, I would totally do it. Just letting you know. Petty Betty will be here for y'all. But with all those cups and most of them being empty, I feel like, and we all know that, like, well, at least for all the readings I've done with Ari, she's a little conflict avoidant. She really cares about, you know, her image. So I do think that in the very, very beginning, she was trying to make it seem like you have nothing to worry about. Because look at how this looks like just a simple businesswoman, where this is like a fucking superstar here. So I think, because I just keep seeing them where it's like they're having niceties on set. You're shaking my hand, you're acting like you're my friend, and then boom, you take my man. So with that Snow White Apple thing, I think she was like, I really thought you were a friend. I didn't see this coming. So I think she feels like she was fucked over by Ariana Grande. It's like, did she say at some point that she used to be a fan of Ari? I wouldn't be shocked if her pride wouldn't let her at this point. But I feel like she was actually a fan of Ariana Grande at one point. And so imagine being a huge fan of somebody. This is like the ultimate betrayal, right? Like, think of your mega celebrities, if you're still a fan of somebody. Imagine if they did this to you. Like, that's devastating. So in the regular Seven of Cups, a lot of the cups don't have anything to offer. There's a snake in one. There's a little ghost-looking thing in one. So it's like, you were feeding me a lie, and people should know how you move. But because I have this degree, I'm going to say it in a way that's very educated so that people do feel the real heartbreak that I have, but they also see you for the snake that you are. Allegedly. She also wanted people to really start to look at Ethan for who he is. It's kind of given like a, yeah, I'm also talking about my heartbreak, but what kind of man leaves their wife after postpartum? What kind of man throws away their marriage for money and fame and success? Like, I keep hearing the song, I just want to be successful. She really wanted people to, it's giving me throw the rock, hide the hand. Again, we're in the gray area here. Obviously, she got screwed over. But she's just kind of, I think she knows that people aren't team them, but because Ariana's such a superstar and anyone, we've seen it with Taylor Swift, right? Like, who the F was Travis Kelce before Taylor, right? I think she's trying to get people to hate Ethan, to be honest. Because Ethan, if the tabloids had any say, especially with Ari and her poll, he looks like a guy that's madly in love with Ariana Grande. And she's like, not if I have anything to say about it. I want people to understand what he gave up to get this life. It's a little petty, but I mean, given what she's been through, you know, sometimes you end up becoming the karma. I don't hate it. I really don't. I'm also hearing the song Smooth Operator with that King of Cups. So now they were childhood sweethearts, so we grow with time, right? But I feel like she feels that Ethan says a lot and offers a lot, like, oh, I'll be everything you need. Yeah, I'm hearing the song, I'll be there for you when you want me to. I feel like he said that shit to her, and I think he was saying that shit to her when he was in, because I'm seeing like a gray area, literally, when there was like, I don't remember. I'll try to remember to link it, but if not, just check out my Ariana Grande playlist. I do think there was some form of an overlap, but I keep being drawn to the friend scene where they were like, they're on a break, or we were on a break. So I feel like he was saying one thing to Lily, where it's like, you got nothing to worry about. Like, I love you, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, the moment he realized he had a shot with Ari, it's like, Kobe, like, shot that shot. You know what I mean? So I do think he was teetering the line where it was like, he would have stayed with his wife if he didn't have a shot with Ari. It's giving me that hall pass. You know how people say that they have like celebrity hall passes? I don't think it was literal, but I think that he was trying to feel it out while still making Lily believe that everything was fine and dandy. And then the moment he realized he had Ari, he just left her high and dry. And Lily's like, she's pissed, and it's kind of giving me over my dead body. Sure, I signed the NDA, but people are going to know your character if I got anything to say about it. And so she used her psychology degree to really lean into her heartbreak. But I can't lie, there's a motivation here of trying to expose Ari as not being a girl's girl and trying to expose Ethan as being a deadbeat. Not necessarily a deadbeat dad, but just a deadbeat as a man, you know? Like, with these kings here, it's like you act like you're grown, but look at how he's dressed proper. It's reminding me of the Justin Timberlake song, Whenever I Got My Suit and Tie. It's like, you really cared about the fame way more than you cared about the family. And she's fucking pissed about that. Fair. Yeah, abandonment. 5 of Pentacles. She feels abandoned. And then notice how, like, this house is destroyed. So it's like, well, you destroyed me. You could play at that game. Maybe I signed the NDA, but I can do some Britney Spears Easter eggs myself, and I'll pull on the heartstrings of America. I'll pull on the heartstrings of people to realize who you are. And it's not like what she's saying in the letter is a lie. It's just that there's 2 motivations at one. I think if Ethan had been, you know, more honest and forthcoming, and, you know, I don't know that she would have necessarily put that letter out. But it's like, if I have to live in the rumble, is that what that word is? If I have to live in rubble, sorry, jeez, brain fog for real. If I have to live with this, your shit should be falling apart too. Because this is how she feels, right? It's like, I'm sitting here and I'm watching you. I mean, it literally says it in the thing that she wrote, where it's like, I have to watch you guys be happy on the worst time of my life. So it's like, this is how she feels. Well, this is how he feels. And it's like, that's not fair. So yeah, she tried to even the playing field. She wanted them to hurt because she was hurting. We've been there. Remember how I just said how it felt like he was teetering the line? I think that he was kind of leading Lily on until he knew for a fact he could jump to Ariana. And that's fucked up. So, I mean, do what you gotta do, Lily. I'm not here to judge you all that much. But with that Hermit card, I do think that she did a lot of reflection. I think she was like, how did we get here? But I'm gonna be honest, because I remember in a prior reading I did, I saw this before. I feel like they were in a lull for a while, because it's reminding me of the couple that gets together in high school. And it's not everybody, but sometimes we grow out of people, right? Our brains aren't fully developed until we're about 25 years old. I think that they kind of got into this lull where they just, like, it's reminding me of this quote where it's like, what if I have something great, but it's not as great as something greater? Ethan was getting into this place in his life where things were getting better. They were taking off for him. And I think it's reminding me a lot of like Miley Cyrus with Liam Hemsworth. Is Liam Hemsworth a bad guy for wanting, you know, the white picket fence and a prim and proper girl? Not necessarily that's his taste, right? But you can't chain down someone like Miley Cyrus. I feel like they had very different views of what they wanted for their future. And I think Lilly really wanted the white picket fence and the simple life. And I feel like Ethan said a lot, that Gemini energy, to make her feel like everything was going to be secure. But he was aiming for his fame. And is in his defense, if that's his dream, you know what I mean? And that's why there's so much gray area, because it's like, I supported your dream, but I thought you'd be supporting me too. I didn't expect it, but we can't plan that type of shit. And with that light bulb, oh my God, bear with me, y'all. The brain fog is so bad. I'm so sorry. Spirit tap me in because my brain's not, well, it doesn't work on a channel anyway. I think she's just doing a lot of retrospection, and I'm also being drawn to the fact that the light's kind of pointing, Jesus, y'all just laugh at me in the comments, it's cool. It's pointing towards him, so it's like, I want to expose him. I don't get to say all the things that I wanted to say because I had to sign on the dotted line that I couldn't. But if I show my raw, vulnerable self, people are going to be able to put the puzzle pieces together. This was her way of getting back at him, but she is heartbroken and she is devastated. But I also feel, and I'm not trying to be a dick here, but I also feel that she was trying to paint shit gold. You know what I mean? She wanted that family so damn bad that she's probably ignoring quite a few red flags where it's like, you're not being the man that I want. And listen, I'm not here to drag her because we have a society that's taught to settle in life. And I think she just thought, you know, he'll change once we have a kid. It's giving me a lot of like Haley when she decided to give Justin an ultimatum, allegedly. It's like, he'll change when we have the family. He'll change, but I think that pushed him further because they're reminding me of like the true crime docs where the woman gets pregnant and then he ends up offing her. Like, I don't think it's that serious, but I just feel like this is a lesson to women, y'all. If your relationship's at a stagnant place or it's at a lull, or if you think you're losing the man, a baby's not going to fix it. And I just kind of feel like Lilly hoped that a change in their relationship would make him more dedicated, more motivated, and it did the exact opposite because he was very focused on being a star, a superstar. And then she felt left out in the cold, and so it was like, bet, two can play at this game. If this is going to be the best time of your life, well, it's the worst time of mine, I'm gonna make the scales even. So, you know, it's gray. It's a gray area. Three of Wands, you know, three's a crowd. You ruined my family. And now I'm destroyed. So yeah, obviously she's emotionally distraught by this. She's heartbroken. She's devastated. That's not a lie. It's kind of giving that whole vibe where it's like, yeah, I just heard the song. If we go down, then we go down together. So, I mean, shots were fired. There was two motivations for this. I'm hurt. I want people to know that I'm human. They're already talking about me, so I might as well. Yeah, I'm hearing that song. Allow me to introduce myself. My name's H to the Izzo. Like, she wanted people to know that it's like, listen, I'm a solid woman, and this is what he did to me, so maybe you should be looking at him sideways. Maybe you should be looking at Ari sideways, because who the fuck does this type of shit? So she's not wrong. She just exposed them for what they are with what she was allowed to say, because I just keep being drawn so strongly to the NDA. If she had a choice, she would have like torn his face apart. Like, she would have really went in, but there's certain things that she's not allowed to talk about. And I do think that she, especially with like, I think she mentioned like postpartum depression when she had the baby. It's like, you know, I went through all of that and you just stabbed me in the back on top of it. What kind of man are you? And she's right to feel that way. So yeah, I mean, her motivation was a get back. It was a clap back, and it was also, hey, this is how they are. Maybe you should rethink loving them. Yeah. So, how's she feeling now, Spirit? Oh, no. Hold on. I don't think she's over him. I'm hearing the song, Not Over You. I think it's literally called Not Over You. Where it's like, if you ask me how I'm doing, I would say I'm doing just fine. She's heartbroken and she's not over him. I'm not going to lie. The Hierophant card, that's the marriage. The Four of Swords, I didn't want to be ousted from this. The Death card, I can't let it go, and it's turning me dark. So I do think she's struggling. It's like, this is not what I expected. This is not what I planned. But I just feel like all of this is complicated because that's how humans are. We're complicated. All right, Spirit, how else? God. You ruined our family. It didn't have to be this way. How could you be so selfish? I'm hearing the song Jealous by Labyrinth too. So she is jealous of their relationship. She hates seeing it. It breaks her heart. It's like, this is not, like, I'm seeing someone like, I might be aging myself here. I see someone like going to Sears, taking like their family pictures, and it's like, you're not here now. Like, she's heartbroken. She has every right to feel that way. It's like, we had a plan. Oh my God. Shout out to Lexi Leo, because it's an Ariana Grande song, but I don't actually know it, where it's like, painted a picture, thought I drew you well. I have a habit of seeing what isn't there. Like, that's her energy towards us right now. And notice how it's like, we had all these plans here. We got the schematics, but it was never built. So I do think she's just looking back at like what we should have had. Oh my God. Never knowing that loving you is what I was trying to do. Rascal Flats. Three's a crowd. She feels like Ari stole him. But I'm going to be honest. If she really... And listen, like, I'm really educated in psychology, but sometimes when you're in it, your emotions get in the way of your ability to be intuitive. And I think that there were signs that he wasn't happy, and there were signs that they were outgrowing each other. And I don't think she wanted to accept it, or she just was refusing to see it. Sometimes we don't see it until we're out and we're looking back. So I'm not judging her for that either. But there's just a lot of blame game here. And I do feel like Lilly kind of... it just feels like another relationship where it was probably kind of over before the baby. It feels like it could have been a Band-Aid baby. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But it just kind of feels like our relationship's kind of stagnant. Let's add a child. So sometimes that'll push a man further away. And without meaning to, I think, you know, because when you're on set and you're in that controlled environment, especially with someone like Ariana Grande, it was like, I'll do whatever I gotta do to get with you because you're a dream come true. And Lilly just didn't win the man at the end. You know what I mean? Like, there's not much I could say on that. So yeah, it's sad. All right, how are Ari and Ethan now that all this is going down? Trying to start over. Trying to manipulate the narrative. Are they staying out of the spotlight again, or are they making sure that they're not in photos together as much? Because it's like, I got to be very careful with how I move. I can't. I think Ari's also pissed because it's like, I really want to flaunt my relationship because, you know, she does that with all of her relationships. I'm not judging, but it is what it is. And it's like, I got to be very careful with how I move. I got to be very careful with the narrative that comes out because I know that people want to hate me. And yeah, you know. Nothing to say there. Page of Cups. I do think that she's still feeling the love for him. I'm not going to lie. But it's like a puppy love. It's like I like that you worship me. That's kind of the vibe here. I feel like, and I've said this in other readings I've done of her, where it's like, I feel like Dalton was the type to challenge her. Ethan's a yes man. I'm seeing like a golden retriever in my mind's eye. He'll do and say whatever because he's dumbstruck. He's like, oh my God, I got Ariana Grande. I bagged a good one. You know what I mean? So I do think she loves how much, yeah, what's that song? It's a country song. Oh, I love the way you love me. But it's coming from a shallow place as well. It kind of almost feels like trying to like fill a void. Because I think that she got used to Dalton being someone who pushes back. Whereas Ethan's like, I will do anything to make you happy. And I think she likes that. But that's really not how relationships help us grow or evolve. So I don't know that this is going to really last the test of time. I would check out my older videos that I did of this. Because I didn't feel this lasting forever. I mean, with that Cancer energy she has, she could force it, especially with all the backlash. That makes her go 10 toes down. So, I don't know, y'all. I think they're both trying to figure out where they can move next, how to start new projects so that they can disconnect themselves from Lilly Jay so that they don't have to be hell... What is it? Hell in high water? I don't even know what the fuck that means. They don't want to be defined by his past, basically. Isn't there supposed to be like a second Wicked or something? Is he in that one too? Because it's like, if we just keep focused on what comes next, but the problem is you got to deal with your emotions as they come up. You got to deal with problems as they come up. I feel like they don't deal with it. They just go, okay, well, what's the next thing we can focus on? Or how can we manipulate the narrative so no one's noticing? Like, and I'm also being drawn to the fact that the hands aren't touching. So I don't feel like they're necessarily on the same place, because I feel like Ari's like, oh my God, I'm getting exposed. What do I got to do to take care of that? She's the one holding the pentacles. So it's like, I got to manipulate the narrative. I think this is why, and I did a reading on this too. It's in the Ari playlist. I think this is why she went so emotional in the interviews, is because she wanted people to see her as human. But when I did that reading, it was like stress crying. It wasn't like, oh, I'm so happy and I'm so grateful, because it should have been the moment that she was grateful and happy. But because she was so stressed out, she couldn't enjoy it the way that she felt like she could. So now they're trying to aim for something else to make them happy. So is it Wicked 2 coming out or something? Because they don't feel like they're in love to me. It's almost, I just feel like, and I'm not trying to be a dick here, but I just feel like Ari has a tendency of like, it's that Cancer unevolved energy where it's like, I'm going to ride for my spouse no matter how stupid I look or no matter how unhappy I am, because this is just that abandonment wound that tends to come with unevolved Cancer energy. I'm not trying to call it Cancers out. I have abandonment wounds myself. I don't even have that placement. But it's just like, there's a little bit of buyer's remorse here, because it's like, Wicked was her dream. She talked about that for such a long time, and then it got ruined because she stole a man, allegedly. And then Lilly came out with the paper, and so it's like, I have to be moving strategically, and everybody hates me right now, and this is supposed to be like my dream, and I should be so excited, and I can't be. So maybe the second Wicked movie will make me happy, or maybe it's just a lot of like, you know, I always talk about like, where as society we keep moving our goalposts for happiness. It's like, after I get out of work, I'll be happy. Once it's the weekend, I'll be happy. Once I'm on vacation. And I feel like Ari's that type of person where it's like, this isn't going well, maybe when this happens, or I'll start something new like this. It's just, I don't buy that they're madly in love. I think she's just stressed and not happy and trying to figure out how to teeter the line so no one cancels her and still loves her, because that's where she gets her self-worth from. And so now it's like, if I just keep focusing on things to build career-wise, it won't hurt so bad. All right, Spirit, let's wrap this up. How's their relationship? Exposed. So let me start something new. I'm telling you, it's like they try to just run to new financial ideas to make up for the fact that they're not happy because of the way shit's going down. Yeah, 8 of Cups. It's like, I don't want this to be the story anymore. I would not be shocked. I'm not trying to out her, but I feel like because Ari, I mean, look at Justin Baldoni and all of them, right? Blake Lively. We know that they have PR crisis teams when they're hot shots. I feel like Ari's been using her PR crisis team to try and like manipulate the narrative a little bit, because she's so terrified that people won't move on from this and they'll feel her lack of empathy. Because like, imagine if she just went online today and was like, you know what? How I moved, it was wrong. I take accountability. I hurt someone that didn't deserve to be hurt. And I'm being drawn to the fact that this girl looks like a saint, which again, Lilly Jay kind of looks like a saint, right? She's a psychologist. People are going to see her that way. And so it's like, fuck. People are not going to move on. And Lily's not letting go without a fight. And I also think that Ari kind of feels that Lilly is an opportunist with all those dollar signs coming out of her head as well, where it's like, but at the same time, she had her sign an NDA or Ethan or whatever. So it's like, it's the pot calling the kettle black. Everyone's getting triggered, and it is what it is. Like, I can't even tap into the relationship because Ari's just kind of like spiraling. 2 of Swords, caught between a rock and a hard place. So again, what do I start next? How do I manipulate the narrative? This always reminds me of the internet. Look how it's going from black and white to color. So it's like, make sure I take more photos. Let's make better interviews. I am constantly watching what people are saying so that I can adjust. They're saying I'm cold. All right, let me be more emotional so that they love me again. They're saying that, you know what I mean? Like, she's really very invested in what the public has to say, to the point that Ethan's barely coming out. And most of the time when I do readings on them, he barely comes out because he's really just like, you know what I'm seeing is like a girl holding a purse, and then I see his face on the purse. It's like he's just kind of the next accessory for her. I'm going to be honest. Like, I'm sorry. It is what it is. Like, why is he not even coming out? Where's my King of Swords? Where is he? And then the world is cyclical behavior, and it's like, I want to wrap this up. So maybe if I come up with a new idea, y'all will love me for that, and you'll be distracted. Think about how we get so distracted that the government knows how to do that shit to us, right? Like, something bad happens, so they'll flood us with, like, I don't remember exactly what it was. If someone else remembers, you can put it in the comments. But there was something really important going on, and that's when they released the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial so we could see it 24/7. And then whatever was happening at the time, everybody forgot about it. So I think Ari knows that we have this short attention span. So it's like, how do I think of something new that make people love me again so that they move on from what I've done? That I stole a man. Ethan's not, where the fuck is he? I don't want to drag this out too long, but where is Ethan? Hold up. I'm just going to go real fast here. So 4 of Wands, home life, judgment card, embarrassment, 9 of Swords, I'm afraid. There, no, that's not him. Emotional growth, celebrity. I want to move forward. Wait, what? She likes the way he makes her feel. That's not a good enough reason though. And I also think she's trying to figure out what she can create to help put her back in the spotlight so that people move on from what she's done. Where is my King of Swords? A new project. Again, I don't know about the second Wicked or whatever, but she's definitely thinking about what her options are so that y'all move on from this story. Out of my element. Where the hell is the... Okay, here he is. All right. She hates that she has to deal with baby mama. Oh, God. She's like... I think that it also breaks her fantasy because it's like she didn't... I mean, she did sign up for it, but it's like, I didn't sign up to be a baby mama. I didn't sign up to... Like, I hate to say it, but I feel this way, but I also don't want children. I could never be with someone who has a young kid because I don't want kids. I'm going to be honest with you. It feels like Ari's the type of person where it's either that's my child, where I have it with you, or I don't want the baggage. Allegedly. And so I do think that she has a little bit of buyer's remorse here, but because they're always so busy, she doesn't really have to focus on it all that much. Because I'm being drawn to my favorite show, Jane the Virgin, where it's like they got nannies and they got money, so they don't really have to deal with it that much. I'm not saying that Ethan's a deadbeat dad. I don't feel that. It's just more like, I feel like she tries to avoid it. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if, like, when he has the kid, she's like, oh, I gotta work, or I have this, that, and the third to do. Because it's like, it's a reminder of what she had this perfect picture of like remember the song she made where it's like, God forbid something happens, at least the song is a smash, where she was talking about getting married and it's gotta last forever. So it's like she'll ride it until it's in the ground no matter how unhappy she is. Yeah, burden not worth having. I think she's got buyer's remorse. I think she regrets the fact that she picked a guy that has a kid, and I just think she's trying to find something else, creative endeavor-wise, probably Wicked, but maybe other stuff. I don't really follow her like that, to help release the tension that she's feeling, because that Knight of Swords in reverse tells me that he's not the knight in shining armor she wanted him to be. It works for her ego, but at the end of the day, it's like, I dreamt of this perfect happily ever after. This is not, I didn't sign up for baby mama drama. Even though she did, obviously. I didn't sign up to raise a kid that's not mine, even though she obviously did. She is very... I mean, I think it's really important to aim for what you want in life, but then when you settle, don't be surprised when you're not happy. And I feel like that's her problem, is she settles, and then she's upset that she's not happy because she's trying to change men to become what she's looking for, instead of admitting to herself that that man ain't what you want. And so now, buyer's remorse. It's like, the baby mama, yeah, I just heard Kanye, 18 years, got you for 18 years. She knows that she's now stuck in it. And don't get me wrong, like, I don't think that she's going to be horrible to this child or anything, but there is a little bit of resentment where it's like, it's not my kid. I want my happily ever after. To the point that Ethan barely comes out in this freaking reading. So, yeah. Back deck energy. 7 of Wands, defensive, shocking. 9 of Cups, my wish fulfillment, making me defensive, still trying to fight for it. I do think Ethan's a good father. I'm not going to lie. I also think that he might want to make sure that the kid's out of the spotlight. So it's like, you can hate on me, just don't bring the kid involved. So I do think that he's grateful that the kid's not being involved with it. Because I don't know if Lily... Oh, yeah, they're drawing me to that specific sentence she wrote where it's like, we're both great parents. I'm like paraphrasing. I think he's very grateful that she didn't attack his character as a parent, because I do think he really loves his child. It's reminded me of like keeping my kids safe from harm. I do think he's a good father, but I just don't think they're happy. Yeah, the Hangman's all about martyrdom. So it's just like, I think they have a lot of friction at home, a lot of tension, but because they can stay busy, they make it work. Because
You know how, like, when the lockdown happened, a lot of couples broke up because they actually had to get to know each other? These two, they get to know each other in the form of, like, work environments. They don't have to really sit down and understand, like, how they feel. And then Queen of Cups, that's her in reverse. She's not happy. And I think she might start unnecessary fights, and he just kind of bows down because it's like, well, this is what I wanted, so I'm going to fight for it at all costs. But one thing I'll say, I don't think it'll ever get this bad. One thing I will say about Ethan, if God forbid she ever said some shit about, because it's reminding me about the Johnny Depp thing where his, like, breaking point was, I guess, like, Amber went for his character about a kid. If she ever said some shit about his fatherhood, he'd leave her. He would leave her 100%. Or they'd have one hell of an ugly ass fight, and he'd probably monkey branch back to Lilly Jay if he had a shot, to be honest with you, because he will ride for his child. He's not a deadbeat at all. That's why Lilly Jay put it in the letter. She meant it. She meant it. But I do think that, per usual, Ariana's not happy. She's not happy. And she's mad that people are seeing through the bullshit. And I think for her, it's only a matter of time before the grief catches... Yeah, it's the Five of Cups. The grief catches up with her. I think she might be numbing. I don't know if it's necessarily, like, hard drugs or anything, but I wouldn't be shocked if she, like, has a lot of drinks at home, you know, just tries to, like, take the edge off. She's not happy. It's like her dream didn't come true, even though she knew what she was getting herself into. So I'm going to leave it here, besties. Let me know if you want me to look into and see if I could find out what was in the NDAs. All alleged, obviously, no facts here. I'm obviously a crazy lady with cards, but I'm a little curious. Why'd they have to sign NDAs if there was no cheating? So I'm a little interested myself. If y'all want, let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to vote in the community polls what you guys want for this week. I need your opinions because I don't really have any ideas myself. I want to do some psychology videos again, but I want to hear from you guys. So you guys, as always, can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok if they don't ban it. If you want to book a private reading with me, thekarmicdf.com. As always, there's a wait list right now, but pretty soon I'll be reopening. And yeah, like this video if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out my Ariana Grande playlist because there's a lot of videos where I'd already covered some of this stuff, so you could get an idea for her relationship dynamic with Ethan. So I'm going to leave it here, besties, thekarmicdf.com, and I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe, and thank you so much.